Now, these versions of the verb that we get after haber, and we said that it's any version of haber, whether it's whether it's había, whether it's habría. We could even say I will have lost it. Lo habré perdido. Any version of haber, we will have the ido version afterwards, even if it's in the to form. We could say something like, I would like to have gone. I would like to have gone. I would like, it would please me.
Me gustaría.
To have gone.
Haber ido.
Me gustaría haber ido. It would please me to have gone. I would like to have gone. Me gustaría haber ido. So even after the to form, we're having just one version of the verb that can come after haber. Now, this version of the verb that can come after haber is very useful because if it makes sense, we can use it as an adjective, just as we can in English. For example, in English we say, I have sold. And sold we can use like an adjective. We can say, it is sold. We say, I have lost. And we can use it like an adjective. I am lost. And you can do the same in Spanish, which gives you hundreds and hundreds of words now that you can access as adjectives. So for example, to close is cerrar, cerrar.
Cerrar.
How would you say, I have closed it? I have closed it.
Lo he cerrado.
Good. Lo he cerrado. You might be referring to the door, which is la puerta. So if you were referring to the door, how would you say that? I have closed it.
La he cerrado.
Good. La he cerrado. Good. So cerrado, we can take that and we can use it as an adjective. Now, it doesn't change ever after haber. It's always cerrado. Lo he cerrado, la he cerrado, lo hemos cerrado. But when it's an adjective, when it's behaving like an adjective, then of course it can change. So if you say it is closed and you mean the door, how will you say it?
Cerrada.
Good. So how would you say that? It is closed.
Es cerrada.
Do you think to be closed is a state or a characteristic?
Está cerrada.
Está cerrada. In fact, the great majority, with just a couple of exceptions, of these adjectives that we get from had or ido, that we get from the version that comes after haber, go with estar. With this particular type of adjective, we don't need to really think about whether it's a state or a characteristic. They're just going to go with estar, with a couple of exceptions. To lose was?
Perder.
What is the version that comes after haber, after any form of haber? Perder becomes?
Perdido.
Perdido. So how would you say I am lost?
Estoy perdido. Or female perdida.
Good. Estoy perdido, or for feminine perdida. Good. What was to finish or to terminate?
Terminar.
Terminar. How would you say I have finished?
He terminado.
Good. He terminado. So now you can also say it is finished and use it like an adjective.
Está terminado.
Good. Está terminado. What if you were referring to the movie, which is la película?
Está terminada.
Good. Está terminada. Good. So this gives us a lot of adjectives we can access. Let's have a look at some of them. To sell was vender, and then sold would be?
Vendido.
Good. They are sold.
Están vendidos.
Están vendidos. And if we mean las casas, how will it sound?
Están vendidas.
Good. Están vendidas. Good. Some of the adjectives that we already met are actually adjectives that were formed in this way. How was the word for tired?
Cansado.
Cansado. And this comes from the verb cansar, to tire. So cansar is to tire, and then cansado is the version that you get after haber, and it's the adjective. cansado, tired. So if you want to say I get tired, I tire myself. So now it's present.
Me canso.
Me canso. That means I get tired or even I get fed up. How would you say I have tired myself? And like I said, it doesn't literally mean that you are responsible for tiring yourself. It just means you've got tired, or you can use it like I've had enough. So I have tired myself.
Me he cansado.
Good. Me he cansado. I have gotten tired. I've gotten fed up. Good. And then cansado, which is the version of cansar after haber, is also, of course, the adjective tired. I am tired.
Estoy cansada.
Good. So to close is cerrar, and we said that closed is cerrado. And we said that these ado, ido adjectives, with a couple of exceptions, go with estar. So how do you say it is closed?
Está cerrado.
Good. How would you say he is closed to the idea? Idea is the same word in Spanish. He is closed to the idea.
Está cerrado a el idea.
What gender does it look like, idea?
La idea.
Está cerrado a la idea. He's closed to the idea. But if you want to say he's a closed person, you mean as a person he's closed, how do you think you would say it?
Es un person cerrado.
Almost. This is exactly the structure that we want. Well done. But the word for person is feminine, and it doesn't refer to anybody specifically, just the word itself is feminine.
Es una persona cerrado. Cerrada.
Good. Cerrada refers to person. Very good. Es una persona cerrada. So that's how we can get around that if we want to say he's closed and we mean he's a closed person. If we just say es cerrado, it sounds like a mistake. But es una persona cerrada is fine because es is going with persona. What you're saying essentially is he is a person that is closed. Es una persona cerrada. How would you say she is lost?
Está perdida.
Good. Está perdida. She's lost. But if you want to say she's lost, as a person, she's lost her way.
Es una persona perdida. Well, actually, why not está?
In this structure, you're saying she is a person. You're not looking at lost person, you're looking at person. The adjective is totally secondary.
Yeah.
So when you say this is a chair, you're going to use ser. If you're going to say it's a wet chair, even though that is a state, you're still going to use ser. Because what you're saying is it's a chair. The adjective is secondary. But if you say it is wet, then you use estar. So chair or seat is silla. Silla.
Silla.
Good. Mojar means to wet. Mojar. Now, how do you think you say wet as an adjective?
Mojada.
Good. For silla, mojada in feminine. Good. So how would you say the chair, la silla, the chair is wet?
La silla está mojada.
Good. La silla está mojada. But if you say it is a wet chair, you're just saying it is a chair. And then the adjective is secondary. And the fact that it is a chair is about as characteristic as it gets. So you're saying it is a chair.
Es una silla
Wet.
mojada.
Es una silla mojada. So when we say something is a noun, when we give it its name, there's nothing more characteristic. Es una persona, it is a person, it is a happy person. Es una persona feliz. It's a chair. Es una silla. It's a wet chair. Es una silla mojada. The structure there is it is a chair. The adjective is secondary. But when we say the chair is wet, then we are talking about a state of the chair with is. La silla está mojada. Good.